So how are you?
I'm good, pretty good. And how are you, ma'am?
Yes, I'm also pretty good. So as today we are meeting for the first time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So let me know about you.
Okay, so as you know, my name is Ritu Mishra, and I'm currently living in Delhi. But basically, I'm from Gwalior district, Madhya Pradesh, and I'm a housemaker. And I am blessed with a daughter, and now I'm preparing for teaching exams also, and working on my language and communication skill also. Yes, that's all about me. And I
Yeah, very,
like to talk. Yes,
yeah,
and I
very.
like to conversation and reading books and all.
Okay, you have a child now, young child.
Yes.
Okay,
She's
you have a
4 years old.
daughter, 4 years.
Yes, daughter.
Okay. I think she's moving around somewhere because I could hear the something she was telling or something, Yeah.
Yes, because
Okay.
I told her that not disturbing me, I'm having a conversation. So she's telling to her dad that don't disturb mama, she's on conversation.
Oh, poor thing. Oh my God. So
Yes,
much understanding she has. Okay. Okay,
yes,
Ritu,
ma'am.
would you like to know about me? Okay, this is my turn. Okay. Yes. So this is Alka calling you from Lucknow, the capital of UP. Also, I'm a postgraduate in English. And if you talk about my family, then I have two grown-up sons. My sons are married, and I have like two granddaughters. Also, my husband, he's a retired banker. About my hobbies, and I love reading and listening to music. Yeah, that's about me.
Wow, that's great, ma'am. And I would also like to say here that at this age you are still passionate about this learning language and doing lots of conversation and all things. So it's quite a motivation for New Age girls also this time because after marriage, no one's so interested. Most of the girls not interested to doing preparation of their future and doing their interest, working on their interest. But I'm so amazed to seeing you. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Because the thing
Like,
is that Ritu, I don't want to waste my time. You know, because before that, when I had not joined this Skype, I would say, so before that, I would just waste my time. I used to sit idle after my lunch. Now what to do? I don't want to watch TV. Then while reading, I would fall asleep in the daytime. Then if I would sleep in the daytime, then at night I would keep awake. So that's,
yes,
yeah, this is the reason. So this is making me like better and better in English, spoken English. And the other thing is that I have a good pastime.
yes, ma'am. So utilizing of good utilization of your time, free
Yes,
time.
utilization of my time, I would say yes, yes. And it's good to connect with different people because I'm social person. I'm very social. I like to meet new persons and talk to them and know about them. So whenever I go to somewhere like when I travel somewhere outside, so while traveling, whether it be train, whether it be flight, so I would like very easily I would make friends, and I'll start talking to them. So it's my like I would say it's my hobby to connect with the people and talk to them. So the Skype is there, so no need to go anywhere. Every day I have a practice over there. So love to talk to different people each day. Yeah,
So amazing, so amazing here,
yeah,
doing,
yeah.
ma'am.
So when did you start? When did you start your journey?
I started my journey 1 month back just because
Okay,
because before that time I was just preparing on my teaching exam, teaching competition exam, Delhi government teacher exam to be a teacher, government teacher. So I was just preparing on that way. I'm not so
okay.
good in that communication skill, but now I'm preparing for my language to get a serious school and a serious school job. That's all, man.
Yeah, that. So you have joined like 1 month ago. You have joined
Yes.
here. So,
But
so it,
I started my language journey 1 month ago, but I started conversation on this Skype and using Skype app for just 4 or 5 days back. Just adding in group. One man, Sandeep ma'am added me in this group. So I just
okay,
started conversing.
okay. So 1 month ago you have started the conversations, right?
My
Okay.
learning journey, I have
Okay,
it.
learning journey, I would say. Okay. So you find a change in yourself when you
Yes,
started? Okay.
yes, ma'am. A lot change I find with because when started my journey, the first remind my first, I know my first conversation with a man on a video call. I was so hesitate that time, and I have no word to say how to talk, and I have no vocab that time, and I am not getting a proper conversation that time. And now I'm quite well to talk with someone. Yes,
Okay, that's good. Like I think everybody who is there in these groups and Skype and all that, so everybody is improving. I have seen a lot, because I'm here for the 8 months ago I have joined here. So for me it's been 8 months. So I find so many co-learners are still there with me. So when I see them, so I see a lot of change. For the 8 months, it's a long time for someone to
yes,
practice. Yeah. So
long time.
yeah. So everybody has become better. So the person who have joined me that time, there are many. So whenever I talk to them, I find a lot of difference in them. So all have become so confident. Yeah.
Practice makes us confident and also lots of conversation things we can learn. Okay, we can try to be improved day by the practicing. So it's quite because
Yes.
language comes after practicing also. If you don't practice and don't converse everyday basis, then it will not improving.
Yes, yes. So what do you do apart from speaking? What else you do for your practice?
I just try to listen more as much as I possible, listen podcast and some conversational videos also, and watch the type of videos and movies. Sometimes movies in English, so try to read subtitle and try to and reading also. I work on my reading. I like reading books, stories books. Yes.
Okay, you read story books. So children like children's story books.
Yeah, simple stories, children stories, and Sudha Murthy's books, stories books. Also, I read. I have a Sudha Murthy's books also,
Okay,
novels.
Sudhamurti. Yeah, many people had told me about Sudhamurti's book, but I had never read. I think of reading because not only you, today also I was talking to one girl. She was also talking me about Sudhamurti's book, but I had never read any
Yes,
book.
because they use very simple English in their books. In her books, we
Right,
have
right.
and sentence formation is very good. So we can understand very well and try to get as much vocab as from their book. Yes.
Okay. So how many books have you read till now? How many books you have read?
Actually, before starting my this Sudhamuti's book, I started reading a book of Atomic Habit. I also read about Atomic Habit and some Dale Carnegie self-help books. I read about some self-help books, and after that, now this is my first book of Sudhamuti's, the Magic Drum, and I also read thousand stitches. Dhamut is also another book I read about thousand stitches. So two books I have already read. Yes.
The two books. Now even I'll have to purchase because I have heard many people saying about this. Sudha Murthy's books are very nice. And like you told, no, that other girl also told me, "Hey, ma'am, its language is very simple. Everybody can understand." Okay.
Simple and the story is so quite entertainment also. Story is so good in her book.
Okay. Okay. So you found what you are learning. I want to ask you the reason for what you are here for. What you are learning. I think for your child, maybe for this reason you are learning, right?
Yes, I'm learning for my child also, and I'm learning for to get a good job in a good CBSE school.
Okay. You want to have a job.
Get a job in would say because we have a good communication skill to get a crack an interview in a, going to school or get a teaching job. And I also starting to resume my career of which field I should go to get a good job. So I'm just preparing one language so that I can easily get a job, whatever is field I want to go.
Nowadays, actually, this language has become very, very necessary for everybody to know about this language because to get a good job, one must know about this language and he should be like able to speak very well. Because in the interview, like recently, I had talked to one boy and he's from Dehradun. So when I was having conversation with him, he told me, "Ma'am, I had an interview for a job, but was not selected." He had passed with a very good percentage in his marks. He had a very good marks, but he lacked somewhere in the spoken language. So that's the reason he was not selected. Yeah.
Yes, most of the time this is the reason. Communication skill. This is the most of the time the reason not selected, not get selected in an interview. Apart from good academic marks and lots of degree and all, but the communication skill and fluency is also very important for getting a
Yes.
job.
Yes.
Whatever
Correct.
you want to go, which type of job you want to, just IT sector or it's a bank or it's a teaching sector. Whichever you want to go, just communication, good command on good English should have.
Well, like somebody is not speaking, though the person knows good English, and he is not speaking in a fluent way, then also he won't be selected, he or she,
Yes.
because the person should have a good fluency. Okay, so that matters a lot. If somebody is have a good fluency and speaking in a flow, and the person is not making any mistakes, not taking fillers or pauses, that
Yes.
English is considered like to be a good one. And that very moment a person is selected. So I've seen this a lot.
So the person able to write very well, but not able to communicate properly, not able to express themselves properly. So you are not get selected to interview because the language have lots of aspects, good pronunciation and face gestures also. How you present yourself in interview and how you
Yeah,
communicate very
yeah,
well. So lots of things we
yeah.
have
To
to consider.
present ourselves is also very necessary. Though we know the language, we have a good fluency. So apart from that, our presentation should be good. Like I mean to say the presentation in every manner. Like your face should be relaxed, and smiling face. There should be no nervousness or tension with you. So in the relaxed, the composed position, I would say, then everything matters to get a good job. Yeah.
Yes. That's why video call or video conversation is most effective because with so
Yeah.
video conversation we can get good confidence and through this practice we can improve our face gesture, we can improve our pronunciation, lots of things we can improve through a video call.
Yeah, of course. So, what do you think? Suppose a person is not having any video call and he's totally depends on the audio calls. So, what do you think? He will have a good fluency and like,
Maybe he have a good fluency talking, but when he goes to a face-to-face interview or if he goes to a virtual interview like video call interview, then might have it happen it's get hesitate, got hesitate or low confident. Why? Because it's eye and eye contact through a video call and the face-to-face. So
right, correct.
sometimes it's difficulty to talk with some people. Well, it's easy to talk in an audio call, but it's quite different to video call, make an eye contact with a his gesture, smiley
Mm.
face, and lots of things while talking to someone. So that
Yeah,
yes, it's quite
yeah. There is
different.
a like in audio and video call, there is a lot of difference. You mean to say, yeah? Because in
Yeah.
video call we have a good eye contact and like we can see the body language of the other person. So see one day, what happened? As I'm talking about the body language. One day I was talking to a person. So what he will do, that person sometimes he would look to this side, sometimes he would look to this side. So I told him, Mister, your attention is not here. You don't want to
Yes.
have a conversation, please. So would you like me to disconnect? I asked him many things. So he felt a little ashamed. He told me, no, it's not that, ma'am. So I asked him, your concentration, you're lacking in concentration. What's that? So I mean to say, body language is also a good way to communicate, to other person.
Because
Yeah. Not only
because
spoken English. See, these all things are included in the communication. How you communicate. Not only with the
yes,
spoken. Yeah, see, spoken English and the way of communication both are
yes,
different.
all are different.
Communication.
Communication are like different things.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
different.
communication is all that, how we present ourselves. So how is that like the way of expressing our thoughts. So all these things, matter. Like inwardly and outward appearance also, everything matters.
This is the
These
matter.
all, yeah, everything matters. So you read a lot. Do you read? Are you in the practice of reading?
Yes. I'm reading and practicing.
And you write also? Do you write or no?
Yeah, very often I write, but not on daily basis. But yeah,
Yeah.
suddenly I try to write. Yes, I write something. But while writing, I don't get the proper vocab and the how much I should write and how to proper connect the word sentence and sentence formation. It's quite difficult because writing is not so much
No,
good.
it's not required. It's not required. When you speak to somebody, like we only want to have a good spoken English and a good fluency of ours. Only that matters. We don't like to write anything. But yeah, it is with me. I used to write nothing, because whenever I used to go to bank, I had to sign somewhere. Like once we had gone to to a bank, no, to the court. Yeah, I still remember. So in court for the property dealing. So for the property dealing, there were many pages we had to sign. Like go on signing. There are a number of papers. So every time I sign, my sign would be different, because I was not in the habit of writing anything. You know. But nowadays, I'm very accustomed to writing because I write vocabulary. There is my diary is lying there. So every day I find some one or two words. So I write and I frame sentence from that. So in this way, I am now able to write. I can hold pen very, very firmly. I would say. So this is the thing which I've created a good thing, by writing because I was not in the habit of writing. So writing
Exactly.
is not required that much, but only because I write the vocabulary. So that's the reason. Yes.
I had most of the time I had or read in the books because writing like diary writing is a good habit. We should have a everyday diary writing, and we
Hmm.
have to express our thoughts in our diary so that our mind can get relaxed. So I also want to develop this habit to keep a diary and make our daily writing only one or two pages. Try to write some days, but after some time I not able to consistent the flow,
Hmm.
writing flow. I write one day and after some 2 or 3 days, I just quitted the writing, not go there. And after 1 or 10 seconds, 2 months, I again start writing. I have a diary also, but it's not consistent. I write type a date and write one page about my thought and what I'm thinking that time I had in mind, whatever things I just wrote down in my diary, but it's not consistent. After the 2 or 3 months, again I start writing. So it's not. I'm
Hmm.
trying to develop this habit to write something because good for me also.
Yes. Though there's no use of in spoken English, but still, if we write something, it's good. See, suppose a person is writing all the day, what his routine, what the person did, sorry, what the person did that particular day. Suppose I talk about today. So if I start writing in my diary, like today I got up at this time, then I did this and I did that. After that, I had my breakfast. All the routine, if I would write, so in that way, writing is also good, because everything it comes in our mind while writing. While writing, even the words, if we are writing words, some new words or vocabulary, so all those words, I'm experiencing this thing. I experience this thing when I write. Definitely, I get it in my mind. Not by reading, only not by reading. I won't remember that word. If I'm writing it, yeah, once or twice, definitely it will retain in my mind. So
Yes.
sometimes, writing also helps. Yeah.
I also know the writing is good. Sometimes when I get a thing when it comes our mind and we are overthinking of something, some situation or some event, and if we get frustrated, so there's no one to listen and there's no one to we can talk with someone. So just take a diary and write on the page all the things in going on in your mind. It's a good way
Diary,
to
yeah. Yeah, we feel
understand.
so relaxed. Actually, we feel so relaxed after writing. Yeah, that is the
Sometimes.
best. I used to do this, when very long ago, I was in the habit of writing each day. Each day I would write. I will mark the date in my diary that today such and such date. I would write everything what I did today, and if somebody told me like I didn't like the way the other person spoke to me, like I was in a very big, huge joint family. If somebody would tell me something, I would not, yeah, I would not answer back. But I would write it, I felt so bad, and this person told me this, and this person told me this. So sometimes, like I, I would say my immature mind, that time, like when I was very new, I was recently married, Yeah,
Somehow it's a good thing. Instead of just saying in front of that person, and if he is elder to us, it's
yeah,
not. Sometimes it's a not relation, broken relation, or the lots of things. So just keep in our mind or write on a diary and shut it down. So just get
yeah.
relaxed and forget about that
So
all things.
that time, like I would think like my diary is my good friend. That time I would think. So whenever I was stressed out, I would feel something. I was dejected. I had a sad mood. I would pick up my diary and start writing. Pages and pages. But not now. I've left everything here.
Yeah, not a
So,
lot thing, but it things
so
happen
Ritu,
in that age. Lots of
yes, yes. So Ritu, do you have any question to ask me, or shall I wind the session?
yes. Just I just want to know about eager to know. Did you do any job before that, in your 30s or 40s, or just you
No,
are
I
graduate?
did. I did a job in my 30s when I was like 35 plus. When I was that age, I did a job that time. But it's been very long ago. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just you did the job and
That
now. So
too,
yeah,
for a very short time. Yes. Okay, Ritu. We will connect again anytime, whenever you wish to, right? So bye.
thank
Have
you.
a good.
Thank you.
God bless you, Ritu. Yeah.
Thank you.